loves, what's happening, what's up? I hope you all are doing well and healthy. Today's video, actually, before I even get into that, rewind.
No, God! No, God, please!
Or whatever they're doing. So I don't know if most of you guys live in Michigan. I'm not quite sure. Actually, let's make that a question of the day. So wherever you guys are from, can you please let me know below? I'm really interested to see where all of my peeps are from. But when I stepped outside today, that cold was like, what is going on? It's about to be winter. I can't even believe that it's almost the end of October, and Halloween is gonna be here before we even know it. This is insane, okay? I think today it's like 58 degrees outside here in Michigan, where I'm at. We knew it was coming. I mean, you live in Michigan. Shoot, my parents made me learn how to drive in the snow just because of the fact they're like, you live in Michigan, you're gonna need to learn how to drive in the snow. So I ended up getting my, permit and everything like that when I was like 16, 17 years old in the snow here in Michigan on the icy roads. I mean, it's good to drive in the snow. Sometimes other people don't know how to drive in it, if you know what I'm saying. Today, we're gonna get into pretty much just a little quarantine chat about things that happened during quarantine to where I actually didn't expect it at all. This is gonna be kind of a serious video, so I did want to do a little disclaimer that I'm not a therapist in any way, shape, or form. These are just things that helped me during quarantine. To me, it helps to know that you're not the only one going through something, because I know that there's some people out there, like when you're in it, you feel like, oh my God, like this is never gonna end, and it feels like it's very, very overwhelming. And I'm gonna try not to cry in this video because it's super, super hard just going through that and all of those thoughts that are going in your head and everything. But I just want somebody out there that feels like their world is crumbling and they feel like, this is never gonna end. Trust me, you got to take it day by day. Things don't change overnight. Just want to walk you through it, just like how I kind of had to walk myself through it. And because I have such a really great support system in you guys, I can totally I feel a little bit better than I was. Just to give you guys a little bit of a backstory, I'm not a person that has ever really went through anxiety or things like that. So this was all kind of new to me. And let's be honest, this whole quarantine situation, we're cooped up in the house. We can't get away from our loved ones. I've had little issues in my relationship and things. It's pretty much due to quarantine, not having space from other people, because I do live with a person. It's very, very hard. Space is a big deal. A lot of people take that for granted, but having your own space is a big deal. We need that. During quarantine, it was just, I started working from home, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, in my mind just popped up. And if you're triggered, this is a trigger warning. I'm super sorry if I'm bringing this up, but I'm gonna get real with you guys today. So I just automatically started thinking about death and thinking about one day I'm not going to be here anymore. And when I tell you that thought, it just made me fall apart, essentially. And right when I'm working and I'm on the phone with people and things like that, it literally, I shattered like glass, and I just started crying. It was to the point of where I felt paranoid. I had never experienced this feeling in my life. And then just after work, I was sitting on, our couch and everything, and I was just staring just blankly into space, and I'm just I can't wrap my head around this. I don't know what's going on with me. I've never been through this before. And then my boyfriend, he walks in and he asked me, "Are you okay?" And I just fell apart, and I cried, and I talked to him. My boyfriend, most boyfriends are usually on the logical side of things sometimes, and they're trying to make sense of things that you're going through and whatnot. And I just told him you know what, I just need you to be here right now. Gave him a hug, and he told me he was walking me through, because our faith, we believe in you know, God, Christianity, and things like that. So he was pretty much, you know, like telling me that, you know, God would never let you forget about love and just things that were comforting, which actually made me feel okay. But it was the point after that to where I was like, I feel like there is genuinely something wrong with me. We ended up going to Target, and in Target, I just literally felt like it's very hard to explain, but in Target, I literally felt like the aisles were narrow. It felt like everybody was looking at me, even though they weren't. It literally felt like I was going to be sick. I never really knew what that feeling was. So then I talked to a couple of my friends about it, because I'm like, this is not normal. Like, what is going on? A lot of my friends, surprisingly, have gone through this before, which I didn't even think. Usually, like, I go ahead and do, you know, friend checks to where you ask them, like, you know, you doing okay and stuff. But they've never told me things like this. The fact that they actually walked me through it. And then my aunt, she actually gave me a call one day, and she was like, okay, like, I want you to do a couple things, and this is kind of like what I'm gonna get into now. And that's what this video is about. It's about ways that have helped me that could possibly help you through your anxiety through quarantine. I know that it's different in every state right now, but I know that there are other states that are still like undergoing quarantine or going back into quarantine. I think Canada is about to do it. It's just like it's a crazy time that we're living in, and the devil is at large, and we got to stay prayed up, and we got to stay, you know, healthy. And if we're not good up here, then we can't be good anywhere else. So I want everybody, each and every one of you guys, to be of sound mind and body and be the healthiest possible person that you could be. Without further ado, these are a couple of things that have gotten me through my quarantine anxiety. Number one being, first and foremost, pray. I'm not quite sure, you know, what you guys believe in or anything. I just believe in God, but it doesn't take for you to believe in God to pray. You can pray to whomever you believe in. Praying and, you know, like being spiritual, of sound mind and body, that just makes you feel good. I do believe that attitude is contagious. So we need to make sure that we stay prayed up, whatever it may be. Whoever you believe in, I respect whoever you believe in, and I would like for you to do the same. But at the same time, that's just one of the things that has helped me. The second thing being, get your rest. A lot of people don't think that getting your rest is an essential part of your life. You have to get your rest. That's all a part of your mental. It's like you're going to school and you have a test in the morning or something like that. You're gonna want to go to bed like a couple hours earlier than what you normally would, because you want to be mentally prepared for that test. So think of it as your life is that test. So in order for you to do good on that or be well in it, you need to get your rest. You need to get your, like, you know, 6 to 8 hours of sleep, whatever it may be. And I understand there's a lot of people that can't get that 6 to 8 hour bracket of sleep. Just try. Like, at least try it. If you need to take like a 15-minute nap, if you need to take like that 30-minute nap, or if you just need to go to bed a little bit earlier, do that. You are important. Your body is important. That comes first, period. The third thing being, this was something that my aunt had called me about, because she had gave me a call and she was like, you know, like, what's going on? And I told her, like, you know, of the unthinkable thoughts that I was having. And I believe she does yoga and she does meditation and everything. And I'm not one that's very familiar with meditation. Like, I'll do some yoga on occasions, but I am not a pro in any way, shape, or form, just the same as I am not a professional makeup artist. She actually told me, she was like, okay, well, I need you to breathe. And even at that, like, I felt okay. Like, once it felt like, you know, somebody was there. And then she told me, what I want you to do is, I want you to get up earlier than what you normally do for work. And then she asked me what time I usually get up. I told her, she was like, okay, I want you to get up at this time, like 6 a.m. or something like that. And she was like, I want you to just meditate for a full, like, 30 minutes. I want you to have an out-of-body experience. I did that, and that made me feel a little bit better. And then she also told me, it was like a little bit by little bit, it started feeling even more better. So then she told me, she was like, this is gonna really sound silly. And I was like, okay. And she was like, I want you to maybe like once a day, like up until you feel better. If you want to keep doing it, she was like, it's up to you. I want you to take off your shoes and I want you to walk outside. And I was like, oh, like I've done that before. Like that's no big deal. That's not weird at all. And she was like, but do you know why you do it? And I was like, no. And she was like, it's because you're grounding yourself. You need to ground yourself. And this is the reason why you're having these types of thoughts, is because you're overwhelming yourself with these things. You need to walk outside and touch and be one with the earth. You need to like feel that you're here, that you're present, and that you're in the now. And that stuck with me, because I was like, I am really thinking like further ahead, like, and I'm worrying about something, you know, that I can't really worry about. And that's the biggest thing. Like it's unfortunately inevitable. And then she said the next part, and then that's when I was like, okay, that's a little bit weird, but whatever, I'm gonna try it. She told me to hug a tree. And she was like, well, why do you think some people are called tree huggers? They hug trees. And you want to know why? It's because that also grounds them in a way, and it makes you feel good. It's almost like you're taking that negative energy and putting it onto something else that's going to only give you positive energy back. I was like, oh my God, like this is amazing. I felt so much better after that. Like when I did those things that she told me to. And I didn't even think that hugging a tree would be, I know it sounds really weird, you guys, but like it really does help. That gets into my next thing, to where I'm gonna say is, don't bottle it up, talk to someone. Because if you bottle it up and you keep it to yourself, you're gonna explode at some point. You're gonna explode, or I don't want anything bad happening to anyone. I'm also going to provide the hotline at the end, because I just want you all to know that tomorrow would never be the same without you. I may not know you personally or anything, but I'm telling you, tomorrow and the next day is going to be so much better. And how would you know if you're not there? I'm going to provide that at the end and everything. I just want you guys to understand, like, you don't just have family that cares about you. You don't just have, you know, your boyfriend or your girlfriend or anybody like that care about you. Me personally, I do care about y'all. I pray for everyone. And I just want y'all to know that I want y'all to be y'all best selves. The next thing that I did was I actually read a lot. So obviously you guys see my bookshelf. I read a lot. That kind of kept my mind off of things. I would just watch reviews on YouTube about, like, you know, good books to read. And then this is a trick that I usually do. I know that some people in the reading community will probably find this as a sin in a way. Cause I had a lady at Barnes and Nobles tell me, like, don't do that, you're not supposed to do it. But I literally look in the back of the book and I read the last page, and that to me determines if I want to buy the book or not. And that's just how I've been doing things for years. Maybe it's wrong to some people, but I mean, I like doing it. And the last thing that I did was I exercised a lot, and then I walked with my boyfriend like almost every day. We were experiencing some issues in our relationship because of that factor of space. You really don't understand how important space is in a relationship until you actually are stuck in a situation, an unfortunate situation, like quarantine. Because it was like he was seeing me every day, and I know for sure like guys need their space. I definitely need my space. We understand each other and we understand how each other works. It's very, very hard, especially like when you've been in a long relationship like I have. You really do need space. Space is very important. We used to just like take maybe an hour a day to work out, like after we got off work, and we would just go and walk and just talk about life or things that were on our head. Even if we were like talking about things like, oh, you're like annoying me with this, or you're annoying me with that and stuff. we need to get that out, because added onto that, if I'm not 100% like up here, then I'm not going to give him 100%. And that's the same way with him as well. So I feel like that really helped us as a couple. And I feel like that helped us grow stronger, because now we're way more comfortable talking about things to where we never thought we would talk about with each other. And that just makes me love him so much more, that he took the time out to, you know, just help me and love me through this terrible and trying time, not just the quarantine, but just like mentally, like what I was going through. Those were a couple things that helped me get through my quarantine anxiety. If you guys have any tips or anything below, like on how you can help other people, please let us know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to tell me where you guys are from, because I'm very, very interested. Also, just know that you're not alone. There is always somebody that's experiencing this. I have been through it. I just want you guys to know that tomorrow will not be the same without you. And also to make sure that you stay prayed up, take care of yourself, spread positivity, be kind, show love. And the biggest thing being that I want you to understand that if you're not 100% here or here, you're not going to be 100% anywhere. And you always come first. You should always come first. Your health is number one. Your number one priority. I don't care what your manager say. I don't care what, you know, that family member that's toxic say or anything like that. You come first and foremost. I love y'all, and I want y'all to take care, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace out. Bye.